Welcome to the Cotswolds. Today we're riding Suzuki's new Katana. If you imagine if Suzuki's current GSX-1000 was going to a fancy dress party, an 80s fancy dress party, and someone said, what are you going to wear? This is what it'll wear. It's not a reproduction of the Katana. Suzuki have already done that. In the 90s they started producing the Katana again for the Japanese market. This isn't that. This is Suzuki producing a new reinterpretation of the Katana. It's a bit like, if you think about Honda's CB1000 is a sort of a modern reinterpretation of their classic heritage bikes, BMW's R9T, same sort of thing. This is Suzuki doing the same with the Katana. So underneath, it's a GSX-1000, same massive, lovely alloy frame, same massive swinging arm, same engine based on that 2005 GSX-R1000. Makes 150 horsepower, and it feels like a sports bike when you ride it. It feels like a GSX-1000. GSX-1000 is one of my favourite of those sort of naked retro-y type bikes anyway. It works really well. It's got a lovely engine. It's got that kind of, if Kawasaki wanted to be a Honda kind of feel about it. It's rough, it's powerful, it's torquey, it's a lovely engine to use. It's got sort of minimal electronics, sort of 3 modes, a traction control that goes with that. It's got ABS, which is slightly more advanced in this bike than it is in the GSX-1000. But other than that, it is basically a GSX-1000 with a lovely body kit on it. Some new clocks that sort of, again, pay homage to the original Katana without being just a simple copy. It's a funny bike. Whenever we talked about it, whenever we put something about the Katana on our social media stuff, people always comment on the looks. People say, oh, I prefer the looks of the old one. I was a bit the same when I first saw it, but having spent all day with it and having now, every time you look at it, you see something else in it. And the more time I spend with this bike, the more I'm getting to like it, particularly the black one. The silver one is kind of, everybody thinks Katanas have to be silver because that's what the bulk of the originals were. But this one in black just looks lovely, and it looks less like a Katana and more like a bespoke bike. When you're on it, it's just one of those bikes. It's easy to ride. It's got that great sort of, as we said, the engine's good, the gearbox is good. Suzuki know how to build a gearbox. The riding position is lovely. It's just a really easy bike. The brakes are lovely. The only thing I wasn't sure about is the suspension feels really harsh, a bit crude. Now that might be because the bikes we're riding are fairly new, suspension needs to bed in. It might be because the standard settings are set for someone who rides very differently from me. There's a lot of adjustment, particularly in the forks, less so in the rear shock absorber. It feels like you can probably adjust a lot of it out, but it's a bit disappointing for me that a bike with a premium price, this one is 11,399 on the road, so it's quite a lot more expensive than the GSX-1000. I would have liked to have seen some money spent on the suspension and just given it that slightly better ride quality. As it is, it's the opposite of something like the CB1000R. Honda CB1000R is very, very softly sprung, very, very underdamped to standard. You have to wind everything up when you ride one of those. This feels like a bike where you need to wind everything down. But in 80 miles in the wet, we all enjoyed it. I think everyone had really positive comments to say about it. It'll be interesting when it gets to summer to ride it in sort of, a little bit faster, a little bit drier conditions, be a bit more aggressive with it. I certainly want to spend some more time with the suspension. But based on today, I'm curious, and I've come away thinking, here's a bike that I now really, really like the look of. Here's a bike I want to ride more, and yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to spending some more time on it.